Hey guys, I'm making this video to kind of overview what you're going to be doing today. So yay, PD on the last 2 days of school. Yep, so as most of you know, and I'm unable to be there. I'm grading AP exams in Kansas City for biology. I had to agree to attend back in January before these days were even thought of. So even though a session might have my name on it, I am getting it covered, or it's going to be covered by the middle school coach Liz, or a fellow teacher, but I won't be there, and I'm sorry for that. But I had already committed to this, so you guys just make the best of it, and thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for a great school year, and thank you for just being amazing and keeping a positive attitude through this adventure that you're about to embark on. So basically you guys are all together. Hopefully all the content areas are in one room at this moment. You're going to break off into different rooms, and the schedule that Kathy put out should say the room numbers for each content area, or just have like multiple room numbers. Nevertheless, you're going to break off into rooms. I've secured like 4 or 5 rooms for you guys. So you will have sort of a content lead. Generally, this is the person that went to Teacher Academy, that's kind of been leading the Teacher Academy kind of stuff for the last year or so. If they could be here. There was also some ACT training that was required by some folks, so I know that we've got a couple that are going to be gone for that. So that's why they're not there. Okay, so your room leader, your content leader, is going to basically document the things that you're doing and kind of keep everybody on pace, and just to make sure that we finish everything, although I'm sure you will have plenty of time. Okay, so this is a 3-hour session, and you will be getting CUs for this one because you will be creating something, which is the updated pacing guide and the curriculum guides, and fixing anything left from Teacher Academy. So that's why you get CUs for this one rather than the planning session. So I've shared with you a curriculum planning session, and this video is linked in there. So basically, the first thing that I'm going to ask you guys in your groups to do is to get the current pacing guide, make a copy of it, make sure that it is in the team drive when you make a copy of it, rather than defaulting to your own drive. Just one person per content area needs to do this. You guys should all have editing access to the team drive. If something funky happens, text me and I'll see what I can do from where I'm at, but everything should work out for that. So you're going to rename it 2018, 2019. You're going to change any dates in the pacing guide that say 2017, 2018 to 2018, 2019. And you're going to basically adjust the calendar for the new days. So fall has got approximately 78 student days according to my count, and spring will have 94 student days. Double check that with testing, because I'm not sure if those numbers are including 4 to 5 days for exams. And so on the pacing guide, currently it just says like 5 days or whatever for whatever unit. If you guys will please put fall like 5 days, spring 8 days or whatever, and that's in the document, just to show that there are really 2 sets of pacing, unless you guys make the decision to keep it the same and maybe do a ton of review for those extra days spring semester. That's up to you. You guys are the experts. Don't forget that the pacing guides are mostly used by new teachers and new teachers to the curriculum. So although you guys do use them, you've kind of got your own thing going. But this is for everyone. I feel like we're kind of all new a little bit with this new calendar. So here are my suggestions for cutting time. These are just suggestions that I brainstormed. So take them or leave them, and definitely make your own suggestions because I'm curious as to what they are. So first of all, principals have been advised to do honors sections first semester as much as possible. They can't do them all first semester, but they will do a lot of them first semester, hopefully, and they've basically agreed to that and said that that was a good idea. Consider combining some unit tests. I know with bio, we've got like 11 or 12 tests. We can definitely combine a couple of those. Maybe do like a cells process test, you know, things like that. And then maybe even do just like some small quizzes throughout rather than a big long 50 or 60 question test, although there should definitely be some of those built in to help the kids with the exam, maybe not every single unit. Get rid of any extra days you guys have going on at the beginning of the year for like scientific method stuff or the math stuff. Maybe just plan to teach that kind of stuff within each unit rather than a separate unit because those things are not directly tested, of course, you know that. Thinking about labs and activities, cut down on anything that you can. I do not want to get rid of any labs or activities that are great, of course. Those are like the best things ever. But could we prepare more materials for the students, or, you know, are they using their time engaging with the curriculum, or are they like counting beans and cutting out things? Can we prep anything for them? You know, make baskets of materials rather than them spending a lot of time getting the materials, just to kind of speed up the labs rather than get rid of them. Okay, so once you guys have considered these things and looked at your own stuff, of course, come up with a plan for benchmarks. For the most part, the NCFE teachers like benchmarks the way they are. Bio, your answers are kind of all over the place. I really liked having the 3 benchmarks, particularly with this retest thing. We could look at benchmark number 3 to determine where deficiencies exist to prepare students for the retesting. And I really like to see their progress, and they feel like they're making progress, and generally it was a really good indicator of how they did on the EOC. I realize that it is a long test, 3 times a semester, and we have no days. And so I totally get that, and that's why we're revisiting the benchmark. Maybe we make it shorter, you know, less questions, or we benchmark 1 time in the fall, 1 time, or excuse me, 3 times in the spring. We don't have to do the same thing fall and spring. What we do have to have, and this goes for everybody, is some sort of mid-year benchmark. Unless I can pull some strings with the powers that be, that's pretty much what they look forward to. At the middle school, they benchmark like every 2 or 3 weeks. So we are actually getting off pretty good. Just needing to benchmark halfway through the semester. So come up with some decisions, have your leader write them down. If you have about 1 million opinions, I'd like to know what they are, or new ideas that we haven't discussed. We don't have to decide today. We just need to come up with a decision in August. So whatever y'all come up with today doesn't mean that we have to do it in August if you change your mind while you're reflecting and planning or whatever you do in the summer. Okay, so we will revisit in August for sure. And then the last thing to do is to continue modifying items from Teacher Academy. Everyone's kind of at a different place, so I'll be really specific within the document of what each subject area has left to do. And if you find that you have extra time at the end of doing all these wonderful things, feel free to plan, collaborate, chat, just work on your stuff, create a calendar. There really wasn't a huge need for coming up with anything additional for the curriculum documents and things like that. This year we kind of tossed around the idea of doing an online textbook, but we are tired, and that's really not what we're going to do here in June. Maybe we'll talk about it in August. I don't know what August looks like. I know we'll have at least 1 PD day. that is all that we know. It could be more, so since we have a ton of work days. So your other sessions kind of depend on what you signed up for. Most of them are going to be led like by the Gizmos people, or the I can't think of them, BioNetwork people, things like that, if you signed up for science ones. So try to stay all day, simply because the other subject areas, English and math, had curriculum changes, and their PD is 100% required, like the whole day, both days is what I'm hearing. So try to make the best of it and be happy we don't have curriculum changes, and just sort of be working and planning and collaborating throughout the day, because they do have to stay all day. So hopefully you guys will enjoy some of the sessions. They were kind of, as you know, put together quickly because we just found out about these days recently. So hopefully your day will be great, and text me seriously or email me, and I'll try to answer any questions, or I just want to know how your day's going. I'm sad I can't be with you guys, and happy summer, and I'll see some of you over the summer, and some of you I'll see in August. But as always, I am here for you if you need anything over the summer. Technically none of us will be working, teachers either, so but I'm glad to chit chat or catch up or answer questions if you're doing anything at home. Happy summer. Bye.